Hey everybody, thanks for watching this video. If you're here, that means you are ready and you're prepared and you're ready to take action on getting more out of life. This is a how to manifest your desires in 3 days video. Like I said, how to manifest your desires in 3 days. It will happen if you take these steps. I've taken these steps and I tell you, the results like blew my mind, blew me away. So let's start off the top. First thing first, I brought my handy dandy notebook. Brilliant thoughts. This is what I take notes in, and I'm telling you this for two reasons. One, I'm encouraging you right now to get your notebook out with a pen, so you have a pen and paper to refer back to. Also, I'm going to referring to mine as I teach you, because I want to help teach you the correct way. And I got this great information from this company I'm in, and it's just mind blowing. And I want to share it with you so you can actually benefit and manifest great things like I did, and like I do all the time. All right, so let's get started. Um, let's just say this: the first time, I did this 3 times. 3 times I've done this in my life, and each time it worked for me. Okay, so I'm 3 out of 3 on this one. And the first time I did it, I manifested about what $2,500 in 3 days. The second time I did it, I did $1,300 in 1.5 days. And then the last time I did it, I did about $5,000 in like, it took me longer because I slow poked the process, and I don't want you to slow poke the process. You got to go hard like I did the first 2 times. I went all in. Because I wrote my sentence. I spoke it out loud. I got really, really excited. You know, I spoke my sentence. I did all my 50 things. You know, even if I went to 50 and nothing happened, I went past my 50 things and I did even more. And I just stayed in that flow, because it'll put you in this flow. It'll put you in this flow, and everything will just attract to you because you're in the right space and time and frequency and vibe and everything, and it will just happen for you. It's like boom. You know, it's actually like a formula in your brain that your brain creates for you to get this goal. So as long as you take the steps that your formula produces for you to get the goal, boom, boom, it's yours. All right. So the second time I slow poked, and don't slow poke it, but I still got the money, and I still got my result that I was looking for. So it worked out anyway, right? But why not have it work out faster? All right. So and I'll tell you my story and how that happened. But first thing first, I want to just tell you some sidebar notes right now that I want you to have in mind while listening and while doing this process. Okay. First thing first, we are not our minds. We're so much more than our minds. We're so much more than what we see right now. You know, we're connected to the universe. We are connected to we are made up of the same substance as the universe and as God. So, you know, we're so much more than our minds, than what we think we are. Okay? 2, plan for the best. Always plan for the best. You know, some people are like, well, what's the worst that can happen? No. Well, what's the best that can happen? You know? You need to, what if into the best case scenario of everything you do? You know, go about it in a, well, what if the best case scenario happens? Then what? You know? And that leads me to the next point, which says, use all your imagination, mind, thoughts on what it is you do want. So, use your imagination and imaginate what it is that you want. Imagine what you want. You know, use your mind power and focus on what it is you do want. Use your thoughts to bring about what it is you do want. You know, thinking of ways of how to get what it is you want. All right. Another thing is, and I touched on this a little bit earlier, we are the spirit, and God is in our bodies. We're more than just this body. We're more than just this shell. God is within us. We have the power of God. We have our spirit. You know, our spirit is great. Touch your spirit. You know, get connected more with your spiritual being. You know? Now, another thing is, remember, there's plenty of different frequencies out there. So there's lows, mids, highs. You know, there's different frequencies out there. And we catch the waves different ways, you know. Different friends, different family members, different radios, different television shows. Some of the thoughts that's the ether, some of the thoughts that's popping in your mind isn't necessarily coming from your mind. It's coming from another airwave that's around you. And you got to turn that tune. You got to change that station. You know, recognize this is not your thought, and go to what's more what you really are thinking about, the positive aspect of what you're trying to do. You know, stay in that space. So, while we're talking about negativity, this is why you don't want to have bad thoughts. Negative thoughts produce negative feelings, right? And those negative feelings do things to your brain where it clogs up, you know, certain vortexes to where it blocks your creativity and you can't create anymore because your negativity feeling. You literally can't create nothing. You can't create nothing positive in your life. You just can't create because of the negative feelings. But now you want to focus on having positive thoughts so it can put you in a positive feeling and a positive emotion. And with that, your creative vibe will flow. You'll have those blockages clear. You'll have just clear paths to creativity, and your left and right hemisphere will work properly together, and you can create. You can let it flow out. You know, that's what you want to stick to. Having happiness, love, you know, abundance, having joy around you, just, you know, laughter. You want to feel that feeling. You want to be in that vibration, the positive. And now allow your mind to create more better results for you, okay? So, and the thing is, when you're feeling all negative, it'll put you in a primitive state, the fight or flight mode, and it's not highly recommended. It's not, you don't get much success. You don't get the greatest success out of being in survival mode. You want to do more than survive. You know, you want to thrive and be creative and be free and expand, you know. So I'm flipping pages here, and we can get started now about this process. Before I get started, I feel like now is the perfect time to tell you the story. The first time I did this, all right? First time I did this exercise, I manifested $2,500, okay? And I wanted to go to the event. I'm in this company, and they're talking right, and I was like, I have to go. I have to make sure it's real. I have to see the people. I have to be around the people. I have to ask my questions in person, you know? So I have to get to this event. Turns out the event was in a week and a half, and I had no money, no plane tickets, you know. I had bought the event ticket, but I had nothing. All right, nothing but the event ticket. No money. Didn't know nobody in the company really, you know. Talked to my sponsor. She linked me up with somebody else, and she told me about this 3-day manifesto thing. She said, do this. All right. So I'm like, okay, what else I got, you know? I can only do good with this, you know? So I got really, really excited. You know, like I was like, she did $7,000 in 3 days. She did $7,000 in 3 days. All right, from nothing, from zilch. She maxed out all her bank accounts, all her 401k. She was on EBT, and she'll tell you. She'll tell you. And she did $7,000 in 3 days. And I'm like, okay, I've been manifesting. I know I can do so. I know I can produce something. I can create this. You know, I'm a goal getter. I know I can do it. So I went for $2,500. That's what I needed to buy the hotel. The hotel is a 5-star hotel, $1,500 for my stay. The flights was about $600. I had to pay for food while I'm out there, right? And I had no clothes. I needed clothes. So I even threw in that 2 hats and a pair of shoes in my 2,500. Right? All right. So I get really excited. I write my sentence out. I write my 50 things of what to do all in one sitting, because that's important. You got to do it all in one sitting. All in one sitting. Have the time to just do this all in one sitting, okay? And I did it. I read my sentence out loud. I asked my future self, what did I do next? I did it. I kept going. I kept doing it. And there'll be times where negativity will pop up, and you find yourself in a negative space, and you'll be like, recognize that. Become aware of it. Just notice it. Notice, oh, I'm really negative right now. And get really excited. And when I say get really excited, I'm talking about like it's the day before Christmas. If you're not into Christmas, I'm talking about the day before Halloween, or if it's not Halloween, the day before your birthday, when you're getting all those presents tomorrow, and all your friends is going to be there, and all your family's going to, your cousins and everybody, your grandparents is going to be there at your birthday party, and you're going to be doing everything you want to do, and you got all these presents to unwrap and play with, and you're just so excited you can't sleep. I'm talking about that excited. Take yourself there. Then write that sentence out. Write the 50 out all in one sitting. And when you write the 50 out, it's going to be a time where you just hit a blank wall. You can't think of nothing else you've done. Nothing. Like, what did I do? And stop. Take a deep breath. Right? Take one with me. Into the diaphragm, into the belly. Out. Take a deep breath. And let the next thought come into your mind. It could be the smallest little itty bitty thought, or it could be a big ringing thought saying, go to the store and get some pineapples. It could be crazy and wacky like that. It could be something like, walk on the beach backwards. I don't know. Just something wild. Your brain's telling you something. Woo! And if it's illegal, if you hurt somebody, or if it's immoral, go against your morals, write it down and cross it out. Just get the thought out your head and just don't do it. Nothing illegal, nothing that'll land you in jail, nothing immoral, none of that. We're talking about real actions that, is doable, okay? So if it's negative, just write it down, cross it out. And another more thoughts will come back to you, and more positive thoughts will come back to you. But anyway, so that's what I did. Wrote down my 50 and I did it. And every time I find myself in a negative state, it might last for 2 minutes, it might last for an hour, it might last for a day, it might last for 2 days. Notice it. Get really excited knowing that this is working. Like, oh, it's working. Read your sentence out loud and say, what did I do next? All right. That's what I did. And 3 days later, I had my money in the hand. My hotel was paid for. My flight was paid for. I had all the spending money I needed. I even got the shoes and the 2 hats I wanted for free. For free. Right? Just like that. Talk about manifestation. Right? Okay. So I'm like, bam, I can do this. I did it again. When we came back from that event, they gave out a product, and I did it again. $1,300 in a day and a half to get the product. That's how powerful mine was popping out. I know you're powerful like that. I know you can do this. I know you can. You can make something out of nothing easily just by tapping into your mind, into your resources, just by asking God and asking Him the way, and you do the way. That's what this is. I asked God in my future self, and pictured that I had the goal in my hand, and I asked my future self, well, what did I do to get that? And there's going to be a document, which I'm going to get to next, and it teaches you how to do it and you follow it, all right? But this is what I did. The last time I raised $4,000 to $5,000 in a damn week and a half. The first day, my friend's like, oh, the opportunity's open. You can relocate now. Second day, I get a job paying me 3 times what I was making in a week. Come on now. And it was in my hand. I moved. It was my birthday present to myself. It was all around right before my birthday. It was a birthday present to myself. Me relocating across to wherever the hell I wanted to go. You know? So you can do this. Alright? You can do this. Alright. So here's my notes on how to do it. First thing first. Get really, really, really excited. Like I said earlier, like it's the day before your birthday, the day before your first vacation. I'm talking about just can't sleep excitement, all right? Then, after you do that, think about how much you're trying to make. You're going to make in 3 days. How much do you need? Is it $3,000, $7,000, $10,000? I've heard of one person doing $10,000 in a day with this, okay? So it's possible, okay? Bam. Write out your purpose of why. Why you want this amount. Then 3 days from as it is today. So today's Saturday, so if it was Tuesday, it's 3 days from now. Tuesday, 3 o'clock p.m. May, blah, 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 2017. Alright? Write out the sentence 3 days from now of what you want to happen. This is setting your intention. And then you're going to start reading this out loud 8 times a day. Alright? You're going to play an audio that's also in here. I'm going to give you the PDF. That's going to be the first link. The second link's going to be the audio. Okay? PDF then the audio. Okay? Play the audio twice a day. Me and my mentor played it all day. I'm playing it all day. I play mine all day. You know, I might have took a break or whatever. But, you know, I had that thing rolling while I was going, you know. And then the sheet, the PDF shows you how to write the sentence. It's going to give you an example of what your sentence should sound like. It should be as clear as for a baby to, I mean, not a baby, but like a 5-year-old or 4-year-old to visualize and see what's happening as you're reading it. They should be able to picture it because the subconscious mind works off of imagery. So when you send that image of what you want to it, then it produces it back to you. All right. So, you know, that clear. And then, boom. And like I told you, while you're writing your 50, your mind may go blank. Take that deep breath, clear it out, write down the next thing, and go do it. I mean, and just keep going and do it. All right? When you're doing your 50, like I said, you might find yourself in a negative space. Stop. Get really excited that this is working. No, it's working. Read your statement out loud. Read that sentence out loud and say, what did I do next? Take yourself to that present moment and say, what did I do next? Off this list of 50. And do it. Alright? Now, a series of events is going to occur. Series of events is going to occur, okay? It's like anything that's very impactful that happened to you. If you look back at it, it was a series of events that took you there. Whether it be graduating from college, getting married, whether it's been having your first baby. Mine was having my first baby, I think of all the time. It was a series of events. I had a high school friend. He was 1 year older than me. He graduated and went to college 1 year ahead. He met some people out there, came back, hung with him in the summertime. He introduced me to this girl in front of In-N-Out Burger. You know, we started talking. We got to hit it off. We started dating. Dating led to seriousness. Led to a baby. Series of events. You get what I'm saying? So there's all kinds of things that happens that is very important to you in your life, that are life changing, that happens as a series of events. So this goal, you're going to go through a series of events, and along the way, you got to make micro adjustments. It's like driving. You know, you're holding that wheel trying to go straight. You're not holding it like this to go straight. You're not like this. No. You're going like this to keep it straight. You're bobbing your head like this. You know? So micro adjustments, like when NASA sends off a spaceship, it's off course like 90% of the time. They're making micro nudgement adjustments to stay on course, to get back on course until they boom, they land. All right. Remember, remember, remember. Everything we want is already ours. It's already ours. Everything you want is already ours. Okay? It belongs to you. It's yours. Okay? Um, all the inventions, great music, paintings, everything, it happened in the mind first. It happened in your mind first. It happened in the mind first, and somebody pulled it out of their mind and pulled it into reality. That's what this is teaching you to do. It's teaching you to pull out from your imagination and bring it into the reality so you can hold it in your hand, okay? So that's what this is all about. It's about going into the invisible and pulling out and making it visible, okay? And so, real quick, the Harry Potter story on series of events. My mentor tells it way better than me. You know, I'll provide the link below if you want to watch hers too, and she explains this as well. But this is how it goes. This is the gist of it. Harry Potter needs to get an answer from the professor about what happened something way back in the day, right? And he knew that the professor wasn't going to talk about it. He knew it, but he needed to get this information so he could go on to the next step of his life and solve the case. So he drank this lucky potion. And the lucky potion put him in the exact space and time for everything he needed to happen for him. And everything just went well for him and perfect. And he was in the perfect flow. And that was it, right? He was just happy. And that was it, okay? So he decides, he tells his friend, oh, I'm going to go for a walk. They're like, you can't go for a walk. He was like, I'm going for a walk. He walks, runs into the professor. And he talks to the professor, and he's like, you think he'd ask him right then and there, but he doesn't. He doesn't. He waits, And he drank this potion, so he's in this flow, right? So his intuition is telling him to wait. So he's listening. And he talks to the professor, and then he's like, oh, I'm going to go to Hagrid's now. And he's like, you can't go, it's dark. He's like, well, back then they needed a teacher or a professor to walk with them at nighttime. So I was like, well, feel free to tag along. Come on, why don't you? So they're walking down the road and they see Hagrid and the spider, his good friend, the spider, is dead. This giant spider is dead in the middle of the road and he's crying. And so they're like, oh, Hagrid, well, kind of comfort him. And so they end up back at Hagrid's spot getting drunk. Not Harry Potter, but the professor and Hagrid's getting drunk. So Harry waits till he gets all nice and drunk, and then boom, he lands the question on him. While he's drunk, he's going to tell him. He told him the answer, right? He told him. And that was a series of events that got him to his goal, And I may not have told the story fully correct, but the thing is, the moral of the story is there's a series of events that you must take, and if you use your intuition and you go with it and you go with what your mind's telling you, what God's telling you, you will get the result. And this is what this is teaching you. Your brain presents you with the perfect formula to get what it is you want. All right. So that's it. Click the first link to get the PDF. Print it out, or like I did, I went off my phone, I read it off my phone, and I wrote it down. I wrote down all my answers. Read all the way up until the part where it asks you to write the 50. You write out the 50, and it gives you examples of what everything should look like. It tells you step by step. So just follow the exact steps. Second link is going to be the audio to play twice a day. Like I told you, I played it a heck of a lot more times. My mentor played it a heck of a lot more times than twice a day, but twice a day works. All right. So we could play it all day if you want to. Have it in the headphones. I have it, while I'm washing dishes, while I'm driving to work. I have it when I'm working out. I play it in the shower. I have my little radio in the bathroom. I play it in the shower. I play the audios like all the time, off my computer, off my phone. So those are tips. If you're in a house where nobody else wants to hear it, just pop it in your headphones. That's what I do. And then I'm also going to provide a link for you to go ahead and get started when you manifest your money, if you want serious income stream of constant flow of money, I can show you how to do it. My network will show you how to do it. Use some of this money you're manifesting and invest in a business for yourself that you can start on your own terms for what things you like to do, like to talk about, and you can pretty much create residual income for yourself every month. And I use the 3-day manifestation in cahoots with this system, and I get massive results. All right, so I'm gonna put that in for you. That'll be the third link. You want to go and join there, okay? And yeah, that's it, y'all. Have a good one. Thank you for joining. I believe in you. I know you will be successful. I know that you will come up out of the situation you're in and rise above and get to the next level in life. I believe you're great. I believe you have everything inside you need to do whatever it is you want. You just got to tap into it and open up enough for it to come out, and you make it happen. Okay? So be strong, stay focused on what it is you do want in life, and watch it come to you. Thank you. Sam Jones.